Next up, in our exclusive video coverage of the 2018 Cigar Retailers Convention in Las Vegas, Davidoff of Geneva. They are celebrating 50 years, 1968 to 2018. Their brands encompass Davidoff, Camacho, Avo, the Griffins, SD2 Bont, and you can see a lot of activity, especially as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Let's start at Davidoff in the 50th anniversary section here, and we have got brand ambassador Klaus Kellner. Klaus, good to see you, my friend. Klaus is the son of very famous cigar master and blender Hendrik Kellner of the Dominican Republic. Klaus, you grew up in the Dominican Republic in the tobacco fields, at the cigar rolling tables. You've spent your whole life around cigars.
Yeah, 27 years of experience, right?
27 years, exactly. And Davidoff is now celebrating their 50th anniversary, 1968 to 2018, the great Zino Davidoff. Yes. You've come out with a very special cigar this year that I'm smoking. It is magnificent, medium flavored, very pleasant, very smooth. Tell us about the 50th anniversary cigar.
Well, the cigar you are smoking right now is a Davidoff Special R, which is one of our classics. We have put a 50th band to celebrate the 50th anniversary. Behind me, actually, we have a cigar roller. Our master roller, Julio Martinez, he's actually the head of the cigar rolling factory at Dominican Republic of the Cigar Davidoff. And he's actually making the cigar that is the Dima 100th anniversary. So we are relaunching for the 50th anniversary. So you're actually going to be able to try this cigar tomorrow at the Golden Band Awards in the store at the Fashion Mall.
And I will be there.
Yeah.
And I will be sampling that cigar. Now, I should say, that is a very difficult cigar to make because of the shape.
Very hard. That Diadema is, you could say, the ultimate form, right, in cigar mastery. And a normal cigar roller for Robusto, they might be making 450, 500 a day in a pair. And this shape, they'll be making max 100.
That's it.
A day. Yeah, it's very hard. But with something very special behind him, you can see there's a timeline we're celebrating.
And if you go to 1968, the birth of an icon, Zino Davidoff. And Zino, really an iconic individual. We use his name for Davidoff, but Zino started with one store in Basel, Switzerland.
Yes, his family. And they were actually, at that time, pipe tobacco, different for cigarettes, for roll your own. And then he was the one that brought the cigars really into the family. And in 1968, it's when he started the Davidoff brand. If you just follow it, you can see the transition to 1991, where they moved to the Dominican Republic. And that picture that you see there is when Zino actually went to the Dominican Republic in 1993. So in the Dima 50th...
With your dad, Hendrik Kellner.
Yes. So in the Dima 50th, he actually, we used tobacco of the farm that he visited.
Really?
Yes. So it was 2006 that we released this cigar to celebrate his 100th birthday, and we were using 13-year-old tobacco. So for this re-release, we're also using very aged 13-year-old tobacco to match that.
The greatest quote of Zino Davidoff in his book is, "If your wife doesn't like the aroma of your cigar, change wives." Yes. I love it. Greatest quote ever. And we can take a look at all the history with the Davidoff Winston Churchill, with the very unique wrapper, the 702 wrapper,
yes,
the travel humidor, and now we go to the 50th anniversary where we're going to celebrate at the Golden Band Awards, and just beautiful. And
let's walk over here.
Absolutely. This is the wall of Davidoff right here.
The white wall.
The white wall, and let's go through all the brands here, because Davidoff over the last 10 years, under Rich Krudick, who's really been just spearheading things, and Jim Young, your president, really has expanded the Davidoff line beyond anything I think anybody could imagine. And now we look at this wall, the Yamasa, the Millennium, the 702. We look at the 50th. I mean, we look at all these cigars. The Winston Churchill. I mean, the just incredible. The Nicaragua. The
2013 success. Right?
Absolutely.
But if you look at this, you can move from here, where there's all the originals.
Correct.
So the white labels, the white bands. In 1990 is when my father started the production in Tabadom, Dominican Republic, Tabacos Dominicanos. And at that time, we started with the biggest ring gauge, 48. the special R, the 50 ring gauge, was not even existent at that time. So you
Right.
can see how the industry has evolved from these milder blends to blends that are much more powerful, much more pronounced, more well-rounded, and stimulate different areas of the palate. So
You sound like your father. Palate stimulation.
Palate stimulation.
I have known that the first time I met him 22 years ago. He said, let me explain to you something, Dave. When I make a cigar, it's about palate stimulation. It's about the aroma enhancement around you. And when I ask your dad, tell me the strength, Hanky, of this cigar, 1 to 10. He's very precise, 9.715. I mean, the only man I know that can nail it down to the millimeter.
Yeah, to decimals,
to the decimal, exactly.
But,
Exactly.
Yeah, so 2001, Millennium, and then we start doing collaborations with the Churchill family.
Right.
And then bring into other terroirs where we do Nicaragua, Escurio.
I
which
love
is
the
Brazil.
Escurio when they launched that in Miami about 3 years ago, I think.
Yep.
That it's just a beautiful Brazilian wrapper, just a beautiful cigar. But Nicaragua, Davidoff Nicaragua changed everything for Davidoff.
Changed the game.
Totally.
It brought us to a new world.
Right. It wasn't that traditional Davidoff smoker that thought, well, it's a mild cigar. It really added a unique flavor profile that you had not had before.
And one of the last cigars that we have had in the normal lineup is a Yamasa, which is my family pride and joy.
Right.
Because it's our farm.
That's right.
And it's a really nice collaboration that we have with them.
And that's more of a stronger cigar, more fuller flavored
You
personality.
get the nice earthy notes and the spiciness and pepper that you get from a soil that is very rich in different minerals that are very pertain to like gold mining. It's a very old mountain range. And then let's move here.
Davidoff 50th anniversary.
So going from the very strong minerals of iron, we go to something more subtle, more Zeno Davidoff to commemorate him. And this presentation, you can see that the cigar comes in a nice gold band, 50th anniversary, and it comes in four beautiful jars, each one representing different regions of the world. So you have l'Europe, les Amériques, the Americas, l'Asie, and also le Moyen-Orient, which is Middle East. So different designs, each jar contains the same blend, of course, and then to match it, we have beautiful Estée Dupont Davidoff lighters that match each design.
And a beautiful ashtray as well.
Yes, this is actually a beautiful ashtray that comes with the 50th logo. It's aluminum, and on the side it has leather.
And very limited. All these are very limited production.
It's actually, in the United States, it's actually already all sold out.
It's sold out.
Yeah, it ships next week. In 3 days, we sold out
All gone.
4,000 boxes.
Suggested retail for those beautiful canisters.
It comes in a box of 10.
Okay.
Or a jar of 10.
Right.
And each cigar goes for $36.
Very nice.
So it's $360.
$360.
Yes.
And then the Estée Dupont Davidoff 50 lighter will be available separately, and the ashtray.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, Klaus Kellner, Davidoff, 50
pleasure.
years. Fantastic. And again,
50 more.
The 50 more, great cigars. And I know that Rich Krudik has been very busy and your whole team, so I cannot wait to see what cigars they come out with in the next number of years. But the Nicaragua, about 5 years ago, changed everything. The Yamasa, the Escurio, always, and the Davidoff 50. I can't wait to smoke that at the Davidoff party tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So will I.
See you then.
All right, Klaus Kellner, the Davidoff brand ambassador. By the way, you're moving back to the Tampa area.
Just moved 2 weeks ago, so I'm back in the U.S.
Welcome back to Tampa. We'll go out to dinner one night with Rich and with Dylan and the whole crew.
And smoke some cigars.
You done? Bring the cigars. I'll bring the libations. How's that?
Perfect.
Done deal.
Deal.
All right, let's go see Scotty Colasar, my good buddy, who is the brand manager for Avo. And are you brand manager for Camacho too?
I am.
You know, your title changes
It
every
changes.
10 minutes.
It does.
They give you more and more on your
more
plate.
and more, yep.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Now, Scott grew up in the cigar business. Your parents
That's correct.
retailers.
That's correct.
Tell us
yes.
about that.
So, grew up, my parents owned a retail store, still do.
Go.
38 years now in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. They're a Davidoff appointed merchant, and so I grew up on that side of the business. Loved it, loved the industry. I mean, we got a great industry here. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Really wanted to be on the manufacturing and marketing side of cigars. And to me, there was no better place than Davidoff and the brands under the Davidoff umbrella.
And no better place to live than the Cigar City.
That's right. And I got to move down from I was in New Jersey, worked in the Connecticut office for Davidoff
Right.
before we moved. for a year and then came down to Tampa.
I know you missed those winters and those high taxes.
Oh boy, coming from Buffalo, it's like it's a nice.
Not moving back.
Not moving
Great
back.
place
Not
to be
moving
from, but not moving back.
That's exactly
and
right.
so Scotty and I, we got to get a chance. I'm lucky because I'm just a few miles from where their office is. Get to go in and sample all their great new cigars with you, Rich Krudik, and Dylan Austin and your great team. And so this year, Camacho got some new product offerings. What's amazing to me is Camacho Live Loud. When you look at the repackaging and you look at the American barrel aged and you look at all the new cigars that have been launched the last number of years, you wonder how can you keep coming out with more new exciting Camacho products? And you do.
Keep doing it, right?
And you do.
Yeah.
The bar keeps getting set higher and higher.
That's right, and we keep trying to outdo what we did the last time, and we've been keeping that going, and it's been a lot of fun, and it hasn't been that challenging. It's like we know what our base is, we know what we're looking for in a product, and then we just got to bring it home. And we have a new factory in Honduras that's unbelievable, and they're putting out some great product. The blends, the consistency, and how they do it has just been rock stars.
Well, let's go take a look at some of the new products.
Absolutely.
There's one I'm looking at, the Hard Charger. Look at the packaging. Boy, talk about a patriotic package.
That's correct.
Take a look. Let me just sneak through here real quickly. Look at this. This is the new Camacho Hard Charger.
That's right. So Hard Charger, this fits under our Brotherhood series. So Camacho has had 2 other releases in this series. They were Shellback and Check 6.
I love the Shellback.
Yeah, great cigar. Great
Dylan
cigar.
we went to lunch one day. Dylan Austin gives me this. I go, what is this? Shellback, just smoke it. Yeah. Loved it. I go, I need more of them. He goes, too bad, they're gone.
Exactly. So we had 2015 was Shellback, Check 6 was 2016. Last year we did not have one, and this year we were due, and Hard Charger is what we came up with. What is Hard Charger? Hard Charger is somebody that doesn't stop, keeps moving forward.
An alpha male.
That's 100% an alpha male. It's a Marine term, a military term, so that's why you see kind of the Marines colors here. Full-bodied cigar, great blend, rock star.
Full flavor.
Full flavor.
Tell me about the blend.
So blend, you have a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper.
Love it.
Love, great flavor. Original Corojo filler and binder. Just a ton of flavor. Intensity is top notch. What's also really cool about this is from our other Brotherhood series, there's always a challenge coin associated with it. So this year, the challenge coin is actually a dog tag.
Love it.
That you can wear, and it's magnetically input into the box, pops off. You can wear it on the chain. You can hand it to somebody as a challenge coin, and really a nice feature.
And this is limited.
Limited 1,500 boxes.
That's
which
you,
is the,
no, $14.99 because I know you got one for me in your office.
That's right.
I know because Dylan always saves one for me because I got to smoke one of those.
That's right. So $13 a stick MSRP. That'll be coming out in early October 10th. We're going live with that.
Lovely, and I love the Liberty 2005.
This was the most successful Liberty. So, backstory: 2005 Liberty. And I worked at my parents' store when that came out. I remember that packaging, and that cigar was unreal. So we decided this year to bring it back, and it's a throwback to 05. This sold out the quickest in Liberty history.
So it's gone.
It's gone.
Why do you have it here then if I can't get it?
We have had so many requests for it, so we were going to see, can we do some more? Can we do? So we're kind of taking more orders for that and see if we can do a little extra.
See, of course, I guarantee you're going to get tons of orders for this thing. And I love the top of the box, the American flag.
Isn't that cool?
That is primo, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Really
Love it. Tell me about the blend.
So your blend here, it's the original 2005 blend. So original Corojo all the way through, ton of flavor. Again, not your average morning cigar, if you will. This is full flavored, full intensity, and it just there's nothing else like it out there.
Beautiful.
At all. And again, the format with that 1118 style is
Tell me about the 1118.
So 1118 is basically 6-inch Toro, but it's in the middle. You start 50 ring gauge and then go up to a 54 in the middle, and then back down to a 50. So as you smoke the cigar, starts off nice, starts to open up, the middle kind of explodes, and then takes back towards the end with a great finish. So
Suggest the retail when it comes out again.
They're $20.
And it comes in a beautiful coffin case.
Yes.
But I just love the American flag. Just beautiful presentation all the way. And that hard charger, the look alone says, I gotta have it.
You got it.
Gotta have it.
That's right.
All right, next up, the Diploma is back.
Diploma is back. So last year we came out with the Diploma Special Selection Robusto, which launched in October. It was a huge success, 1,800 boxes, and there are 1,800 cigars in each. 18 cigars in each box. And it's only available for a limited time. So we had that opened up just for November and December last year. We're now doing number 2, round 2, which goes back to the 11-18 format. So here's what I was talking about with Liberty. And this is going to launch at the end of August. And then we will reopen allocations for last year's Diploma as well. So you can now have a chance to get that if you mess.
And that's got a lot of flavor, that Diploma.
Diplomas are fullest body. This is top of the pyramid for Camacho. So Camacho's full body for the most part anyway, so this is way
It's
up
not for
there.
beta males, Scotty.
That's
No wussified beta
Alpha
males.
only.
I'm telling you, alpha males only. If you're a
That's right.
beta, don't even go near
Don't even
Camacho.
look- don't even
Forget
look
it.
at
It's not for you.
That's right. So again, 1,800 boxes of 18 cigars. Price point is $22.50 a cigar. So as far as flavor and intensity, at the highest, and price point, it's at the highest as well for Camacho. So this is our real premium selection.
Now let's move over to the Camacho Live Loud. Let's just give a recap of your entire brand portfolio. By the way, the repackaging that was done about 5 years ago,
yes.
incredible.
Thank you.
Absolutely magnificent. Then you came out with the American Barrel Age, the Nicaraguan Barrel
That's
Age.
right.
One was rum, one was bourbon barrels.
Correct.
Different, unique flavors.
Yes.
Slightly different.
That's right.
But to me, in the morning, I'll take a Camacho, Connecticut anytime.
yes, that's
Great breakfast cigar.
It is.
Sunday morning, walk the dog, have some coffee. You can never. And whenever I come and see Dylan, I'm like, get Dylan. I need some more Camacho, Connecticut.
there you go.
In the
There
Corona,
you
you
go.
can never go wrong.
No,
But give us a quick review of everything, because you've really gone back to the roots with Connecticut, Criollo,
Yes.
Corojo.
Absolutely. So this display, this is actually our shop-in-shop display. So we have about 50 of these in market throughout the country at different retail stores. And we keep placing more and more each year. And it's a great way for us to display the products. And really, someone going into a store that has a shop-in-shop, everything Camacho makes is available on shelf in one nice area. So just to kind of go through everything, you have the Camacho Criollo, nice flavor to it, medium body, just a staple for the brand. Connecticut, that's our top line, most popular. Again, as Dave was saying, it's a great morning cigar, great early afternoon. You still get that full flavor, but body-wise, it's a little less than some of the others.
Little tamer.
Yeah, a little tamer, correct. Go to the Camacho ABA, American Barrel Age. So this we launched in 2015.
Remember, you had the barrel with the the
It
smoke
was-
and everything coming
it was
off of
our
there.
most successful launch in the history of the brand. Again, taking Kentucky bourbon barrels, aging original Corojo tobacco in them, and then producing the cigars. So we actually have currently, kicking off this week, is the Bourbon versus Rum Challenge. And that's where you see our feature piece here. And what we're doing is basically taking the American Barrel Age and putting it next to its brother, Nicaraguan Barrel Age, which was launched last year using Flor de Caña barrels and Nicaraguan tobacco. So this whole campaign is basically about what we're basically asking people: what do you like better, bourbon, rum, and why? What cigar do you like and why? And we actually are doing tastings here all week, each day, with a bourbon expert, Tom Fisher, great guy, really knows his stuff, and we're basically going to be doing different pairings with different bourbons and rums in each of the cigars, so that people can go out and try this themselves and see what it's all about. Moving on, Camacho BXP, the box press. So this launched a year ago, February. Same characteristics, same blend as their Round Brothers. However, binder is Pennsylvania broadleaf, so you get a little different flavor to it. People really enjoy it. Actually, my favorite Camacho right now is the BXP Ecuador. Unbelievable smoke.
Beautiful box press.
Yeah.
Love the color of the band too.
Right? And
Love that
it
teal.
Just smokes like a dream. So, yep, there's your box.
Empty, but you can see what it looks like. Beautiful packaging.
Yeah, it really
Beautiful
really
packaging.
Came out nice. And then from the over here, you have the Camacho Coilar. Coilar was launched this year as well. Coilar has done extremely well. That was a blend that we re-released. Updated the look, updated the packaging.
Take a look.
Here's the box.
That granite looks great.
Yeah, really cool.
Or pewter, I should say. Pewter gray. Beautiful.
And
it's got a lot of flavor too.
A lot of flavor. This is not a not for the
Wussified betas.
That's
exactly.
Right.
It's for the guys that have some nads of steel.
100.
No question. Now you got a great sampler pack down here,
yes.
Which really I tell people, if you're looking for a vertical tasting of Camacho, you can't go wrong. And you get a Camacho tactical knife that's included.
That's right. That's
okay. You get the cigars and you get the goodie knife. Don't take it on an airplane, though. It will be confiscated. But it all comes in the tubes, and you get a sample of everything. So it really gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I may not know which Camacho I like, but I'm going to start from mild to full, and then see where I end up, and then you can come in and pick up whatever you want. And I also like how you package them in the 5-packs.
Yeah,
can't go wrong.
It makes it easy, and it's either for yourself, you're going golfing, you're going out with some buddies, whatever. You have enough cigars to share, and also for gifting, it makes a great gift.
Great story about Camacho. When they did the relaunch, what was it, about 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2013.
I think it was in New Orleans, if I'm not Vegas or New Orleans. You can see that there is a scorpion that is in the Camacho logo. And so in various areas, the bathrooms, in various spots, there was a piece of paper that said, with a scorpion saying, "Lost scorpion, reward if found, danger."
Yes.
Well, people started freaking out.
Well,
the next day, the IPCPR management came to Davidoff and said, "Great guerrilla marketing, you got to get it off. We've got people freaking out." True story. And I kept telling him, I'm like, that's the greatest guerrilla marketing I've ever seen.
That's right.
Everybody was talking about it.
That's right. It was really cool. It was the buzz of the show.
And you got in trouble, but you know what I always say? You know, what was it? What's the old expression where just go ahead and do it and apologize later?
That's right.
You know?
Ask for forgiveness.
Ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that was great. And then you took it down, but the point was made.
It was made, yeah.
And
that's right. A little slap on the wrist, and it's.
And it cost you about what, a half a cent per copy, and that was
right,
it.
Yeah.
And some tape.
Worries.
But the memories still live on.
That's correct.
All right, now, Scotty, you're also the brand manager for Avo.
That's correct.
And as we talk about, we go to Avo, we got to remember our good friend.
Yeah, let's
cut through here. And by the way, here's where all the tasting's going to happen.
Right.
You can see everybody's going to sit here. Bill Holloway over there. You can see the great Bill Holloway. Bill, good to see you. All right.
How you doing?
Been around for a long time. Knows the cigar industry inside and out. He keeps everybody.
I'm an antique.
No, you keep everybody on track at the headquarters. Keep everybody on the straight and level. But this is where the tasting is going to be tomorrow, and it gives you an idea of what these. I say booth, but they're really not. These are the manufacturer areas, their display areas, and you can see the lighting, the intricacy, the roof that's on here. People will sit, there'll be a tasting video screen, really gives you the opportunity to see exactly what is inside here. I mean, this is not like a typical 8-foot table. This is an elaborate, as we swing back around and take a look. Right, I'm gonna have Fred just swing right back. That's the Davidoff Lounge. You can see the tobacco leaves up top. And there's nice chairs. Scotty, tomorrow, that's where you and I are going to have a cigar, by the way.
I can't wait.
With Rich and Dylan. That's a great place to have a cocktail. Manufacturers, the Davidoff people can talk to the retailers, and then you can see all the tables that are set up where every single sales rep has a name tag, and their retailers in their area will come and see them. I see my good buddy Carlos Escalona. He's writing some business. So this is how it all happens. And the orders that take place here will be in your retailer, your local retailer, probably in September and October. So it gives you a very good idea of what happens. And I see Jim Young. Let's go snag Jim Young real quickly here. And we'll talk about Avo momentarily, but let's pop over. It's live TV, so we're gonna do it the way we want to do it here. Let me snag Jim Young here real quickly as we're live. Jim Young was the president of Davidoff USA. Now you're an international traveler. You got a big promotion. Why don't you give us your official title, Jim?
Well, we have a new global chief commercial officer role, and I'm it.
Chief CCO, Chief Commercial Officer.
CCO.
I knew him when he just ran the United States and Canada.
Just a little fellow.
Way back, exactly. And now he's a big shot in Switzerland.
Yes.
You're in Basel, correct?
In Basel, where our headquarters are.
How's life living in Basel compared to the United States?
Good. The good part is Basel's a beautiful city. It's on the Rhine River. I live a block and a half away. I walk to work 15 minutes.
Do you really?
I do. First time in my professional career.
Wow.
And the bad news is it's very expensive.
Is it?
So really, everything that I love to go out to eat, and when I go out to eat, I'm now spending twice what I used to spend in.
Well, that's why they pay you the mediocre bucks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm spending them fast.
I always kid everybody. I say, that's why they pay the big bucks? No, that's why they pay the mediocre bucks. So it's very expensive over there.
It really is.
Why is that? Taxes or cost of living?
It's cost of living, and things are just more expensive in Switzerland. You know, the people get paid more in Switzerland, so the prices are higher.
So you can afford it. What are you fretching about? Come on.
I got to figure out how to go over to Germany, over to France to buy my groceries, and then
It's cheaper over there, really?
It is.
No kidding.
It's dramatically cheaper, and everybody does that.
Has your wife adjusted?
She loves it.
Really?
She loves it. Yeah. When I came home and told her about the new job, and I said, "You need to sit down."
Sit down, I got something to tell you.
And I said, "There's a new role. It's based in Switzerland, and our CEO has asked me to take it." She said, "We're moving to Switzerland?" She jumped out of
Really?
the chair. Yeah, she's excited. So happy wife is a happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. There you go. And as Zeno Davidoff says, and I said it earlier, if your wife doesn't like the aroma of your cigars, change wives. So the good news is she likes the aroma of your cigars.
She likes yeah, more or less.
Well, I should say that Jim in a past life was the president of Guinness USA.
That's right.
And Mick the Brit, who's one of our big crew members, colonel in charge of the European Theater of Operations, when England lost a few days ago to Croatia in the World Cup, rumor is he is drowning right now in a vat of Guinness.
Which is exactly what I would do.
Exactly.
In fact, it's exactly what I may do.
They really blew it in the second half. You know, they had them and they blew it.
They did. They came out a different team, and so did
Totally.
Croatia, and it just flipped.
Yep.
Very, very disappointing.
Exactly, but you still are technically the president of Davidoff USA, correct?
I'm
Davidoff North America?
Davidoff North America, so I report to myself, and I'm the most difficult person on my staff.
You report to yourself. Everybody wants that gig, Jim. That is a great gig. Well, next time you're back in the Tampa Bay area, we've got to go back, have our dinner. We went to our little spot, some Lebanese food, some great cigars.
Sounds like
we got to do it again.
Let's do it.
All right, Jim Young,
right.
who's now the Chief Commercial Officer of Davidoff internationally, as well as the president of Davidoff North America, longtime friend. How are your Giants going to do? You got a new coach?
We got a new coach. We got some great recruits. We lost Jason Pierre-Paul to the Bucks.
Buccaneers, yeah.
But I think it's going to be a great year, at least a rebuilding year, and hopefully Eli's up to the task.
Well, I should say Jim was born in Buffalo and he converted to being a Giants fan. We'll try to work on that, but aside from that, he's a good guy.
I support all teams from New York.
There is only one, Buffalo, the Bills.
Oh, you're right.
I'm right. You heard that on camera. Jim Young, good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, let's head back over to Scott Colasar. We'll go over to the Avo section. And Scotty, as we head over to Avo, you know, I know Avo wasn't with us last year. He passed away. But we always think about Avo because I can still picture Avo with his white suit, his straw hat, conversing with everybody, holding court.
That's right.
People wanted to be around him, the piano. I can still hear him coming up to me saying, "Dave, wait. I've got a cigar for you." And he'd take it out of his pocket and he'd say, "This is my upcoming special release, best cigar ever." I said, "Wait a minute, Avo, you told me that last year." He said, "Dave, I was bullshitting you last year. This is the best ever." And he'd tell me that every year. But I remember Avo, and Avo, I know you're watching down on us. We think about you all the time.
That's
Just
right.
a great bon vivant, a great gentleman, and the last really big public event he did was the Cigar Dave Alpha Pleasure Fest at the Hard Rock about 3 years ago in Tampa.
Yes.
And he came over, and he and my mother bonded because they both speak French.
And share the same birthday.
Share the same birth. Good memory,
Right,
Scotty.
of course,
Good memory. March 22nd, they conversed in French, and they always asked me, "How's your mom? How's your mom?" And my mother would always say, "How's Avo? How's Avo?" And so we definitely miss Avo, but his name lives on, and you always remember that when you create new cigars. What would Avo think about this cigar?
So when we were talking, setting this area up and everything at the shop, I was like, Avo would be very proud of this. Right?
No question.
So we're very fortunate to be celebrating 30 years of Avo Cigars this year. So 1988 was when he first started. The first cigar, Avo cigar, was sold at our Madison Ave Davidoff store. And 30 years later, here we are. So
let's go take a look.
I wanted to show you a couple of items. So I'll kind of walk you through our core products first, the true Avo stuff. So again, always Avo Classic. Avo Classic is our top line. So many people back in the early 90s, mid 90s.
We did that as an Officers Club selection. People loved it. I said it's an oldie but goodie. It never goes out of style.
It never does. It never does. And so many people have come up over the years and said, you know, the first cigar I ever smoked was an Avo Classic #2. So really cool, great heritage there. And our core goes on to the Avo Heritage, which is Dominican, full flavor, has the great Ecuador sun-grown wrapper on it. And price point wise, all under $10, so a fan favorite. Avo Domain, unbelievable cigar. That's made with tobacco from Avo's personal farm in the Dominican Republic. So very special to him. And then we kind of go up to the Avo Synchro series. The first one was launched in 2015 when we did the refresh for the brand. It was the first time any cigar out of the Tabadome Davidoff factory had been box pressed. So it was a really, really cool item. And this was a top cigar on Cigar Aficionado's top 25 that year. Great ratings all aboard.
I love the tube, the square press,
Beautiful,
just so
yes.
unique, so unique.
Very nice with the matte finish, really makes
beautiful.
a beautiful example. Then over to the Avo Fogata. This was launched in 2016. Again, Nicaraguan tobacco, ton of flavor on it. Huge mover for us. Great fan favorite. Tubos as well. And then last year in May, we launched Avo Ritmo, South America. So this was the first time we used Brazilian tobacco, 7 different tobaccos in one cigar.
Give me
So
one second.
Really a
One second.
special thing, and it just blew up last year.
Give me one second.
So
Let me interrupt you, Scotty, because I got Dylan Austin, your VP of Marketing. I
What's
snagged him. He
going
was
on?
busy. Dylan, we had lunch about a month ago
Yep.
in Tampa, and you brought some cigars, which leads us into the Avo 30th.
Correct.
I smoked. What did I tell you after I smoked it?
It was wonderful.
So it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Get me more of
Give me
these
more.
because they're
Yeah.
limited before they go. Phenomenal cigar. We were just talking about Avo. Avo would have loved the 30th. He would be sitting here right now telling everybody best cigar ever made by Avo.
Well, the beautiful thing is it's all his best cigars.
And we told that story. Every year was the best.
All of Avo's favorites, the 22,
Yeah.
you know, the signature, which was, you know, his the one cigar that you would find in his pocket,
Yeah.
you know, all the time. So
But the 30th, you really outdid yourself. Let's talk about that 30th because we'll go over there. So Dylan, you oversee. We did Camacho.
Yeah.
And you do Avo. You kind of now oversee everything. Rich handles a lot of the retail end of things.
Yep.
You're handling more of the cigar branding and marketing and imaging. And we're talking about Camacho. You were really the guy behind that total brand relaunch.
Yep.
And I mean, it took it from 0 to about 400 miles an hour in one IPCPR show.
yeah, it was amazing. I mean, you know, it started in Dallas. So we, you know, did this heavy up in Dallas, and you know, the response that we got there, we were like, wow, you know, if this carries over nationally, we're gonna have something good. And sure enough, it did.
Explosive, man.
Yeah, it's still running. It's still running.
I'll tell you
So-
what, that new cigar that we saw, that incredible, what was give me the name one more time.
The Coiler?
No, the red, white, and blue.
Oh, the
the Liberty.
Hard Charger. I kept thinking Dodge Charger, the Hard Charger. I cannot wait to smoke that.
Yeah.
That is off the charts on the packaging.
it's beautiful.
And that's, for Scotty tells me, that is a super full cigar.
Yeah, absolutely. Broadleaf wrapper,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
All Corojo filler.
And every year you keep outdoing yourself. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, man.
And the booth is beautiful. I mean,
The
nice
booth is
work on the booth.
beautiful, yeah.
I like the change this year. I love the lounge. I love the tasting area. Just
Yeah.
fantastic.
You guys don't want to miss it, man. We're about to start now.
Oh, we're going to come back.
Yeah.
We're going to finish up at
Taste
ST
taste
DuPont.
some whiskey and
We'll definitely, you know what? We'll show that
Yeah.
because again, you can't at home see this. It's not open to the public. That's why we take you live inside the booth. So we're going to come over and we'll do some sampling. So that'll be fantastic.
Awesome.
Dylan, as always, thanks for the hospitality in here,
Thank
my
you,
friend.
man.
I'll see you back in
Absolutely.
Tampa when you're
Sounds
around.
good.
I can never get this guy. When you're around. All right, let's move over. We're going to head over to the Avo 30th, and I'm telling you, this Avo 30th off the charts. Phenomenal cigar. And there's that special Avo 22. Are you bringing that back?
Yeah, it just started shipping 2 weeks ago. Avo 22 came out in 2002. So this is a remake of it, but again in its original style packaging, a little updated version with the clear lid, and the originals were unbanded.
That's correct. I still have about, I think, 14, 12 or 14 left. I only smoke them on special occasions.
That's right.
Special occasions, that's it.
all.
And it's got, it came in the nice cedar cylinder.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Phenomenal. The 30th, off the charts.
So yes, so this kicked it off this year. We brought back or introduced 6 different limited editions to celebrate our 30 years. So the first one in March, technically Avo's birthday cigar, and as we keep that tradition going, launched with huge success. Double Corona format, medium-bodied, typical Avo all the way through, but really, really a rock star.
Very smooth. Unbelievably smooth. A lot
Buttery,
of flavor. Little bit of
finish.
sweetness.
Yes.
Just all the way. That's why I said when I smoked the cigar, I'm like, Dylan, he brought me, I think, a dozen. I'm like, you got to get me more of these things before they go. He's like, no worries, we'll got. But I was just blown away by the consistency, and I love the for the 30th anniversary, your slogan, "The band plays on."
Correct.
Avo would have loved that
That's
slogan.
Right. That's
no
right.
doubt about it.
And that's what it is. It's about bringing things back. It's about looking forward. We keep going because Avo wouldn't want us to stop. He'd be like, Scott, we need to keep going. We need to keep doing more.
And you go over to Orlando all the time to visit him.
Yeah,
we go to lunch at Cedars.
That's right.
Right?
Oh, it's a
Cedars.
blast,
That
man.
I tell you,
It's a
great
blast.
times. And we'd sit there. You know, it'd start about 1 o'clock. We wouldn't leave till about 6 o'clock.
That's right.
We just talk and then smoke a cigar. Then somebody would come in. We'd chit chat. Then we'd talk about stories.
That's right.
And you know, that's the great thing about a cigar and Avo's personality was that he's the kind of guy that you wanted to be around all the time.
That's exactly.
And I remember the one year, a few years, it was probably about 4 years ago at the Golden Band Awards. Avo couldn't make it. He was ill. And Avo recorded a special message, and the entire room, there must have been 1,000 people, you could hear a pin drop, total hush. And everybody, when they said Avo was a little ill, everyone went, oh, I mean, just
total respect.
yeah,
for the man.
total,
Yeah,
total.
really.
I think about him all the time, and he would have loved this cigar. There's no doubt.
That's right.
Very limited.
That's right. And these we only did 2,500 boxes and have released. We do have a few left. I think 180 at the last time we looked. So very, very rare, very special. And then we kind of continued on with more. So Avo's signature, which you see here, which was one of Avo's favorites. It's the one he always carried with him. It donned his name on the box. If you look on the back,
We'll swing around the back. We can take a look.
Gold autograph here.
It's tough to see, but we can see the. He's going to bring a box over here. Here we go. You can take a look. There's the signature, right? It's tough to see, but there in gold, Avo Uvasian. And he'd always start with a conversation. You know, Dave, I'm Armenian.
Yeah,
and Armenians were very long-winded.
That's right. That's exactly right. So,
but just great stuff.
Brought back for 30 years. Only 1,500 boxes of each format: Robusto, Bellicoso, and Double Corona. So something really special.
Yeah, and let's get just a quick look at that band plays on.
Yeah.
I just love that. I mean, and I love the orange.
That's
just
right.
that whole amber orange hue. And I like when you look at it, the band plays on, different experiences, traveling, kayaking, you know, people doing different things, but you always want to end the day with a cigar.
That's exactly
It's a beautiful
right.
thing. Then we move over here, some more 30th.
Yes. So right after the Improvs launched in March, we followed it up with Avo Maduro. Avo Maduro was a huge cigar for us. Unfortunately, when we did the refresh, we did not bring back the Avo Maduro, and a lot of people were upset about it. They loved that cigar when they smoked for years. So this was a great opportunity to bring it back, and we sold out of these.
So limited, gone already.
Gone. Four
Gone.
formats, immediately gone.
Gone.
So it was a great launch. It was a great thing to celebrate. But probably the most special cigar we've ever made, the elusive Avo Elio 5. So 2005, the limited edition came out. People went nuts for this cigar. The blend that Eladio and Henke and Avo worked on was out of this world. So for the first time, we're reintroducing it in very limited quantities. And when we did, if you remember, Dave, the greatest hit sampler we launched.
I do remember
in
that.
2014
Yep.
had one of every limited
That's right.
edition, except we did not have.
I didn't
the
know that, the LEO 5. I didn't know that.
And why? Because Eladio and Avo could not match the blend to their standards.
Right.
They were at 98% and said no.
That's it.
We won't include it. So they took it upon themselves. We still launched the greatest hits, but took it upon to keep working and keep making.
And most people would not have noticed the subtle difference, but the Avo and Eladio, forget
100%.
it.
They
Not
were
happening.
like, no. So 2 years ago, they nailed it. They got it, and we just wanted a special time to be able to bring this back. And 30 years is what it's all about.
Beautiful.
So this will be shipping in September. Actually, if you see how it ships, the original 5 boxes.
A nice display.
Yes.
So it's gone. They're already sold. You've sold them all
that's
here.
That's right. It's all sold.
Well, as we look around, you can see your sales reps are writing orders fast and furious.
It's been
You
good.
guys should just quit because you're
That's
sold
right,
out of
that's
everything
right.
already, Scotty.
Exactly.
That's
So
it.
it's going really well. And then the last version is the Avo
Synchro Nicaragua.
series, right? So launching for the holidays in October, we have 3 versions of the Avo Synchro: the Ritmo, the Nicaragua, and the Fogata, all in this special limited edition packaging with the 30-year ban, kind of to end the celebration for the year. So look out for that as well.
Great
towards the holidays.
limited edition releases from
That's
Avo. 30 years the band plays on, 1988 to 2018. We miss Avo, no doubt about it, but his memory, his spirit lives on. Scott Colasar, brand manager, Camacho and Avo, is always good to see you. I'll see you back in the Cigar City.
Can't wait.
All right, bring some of the special ones that we can't get and we'll smoke it.
I gotta find some.
You'll find
I
it.
will. All
He's
right,
got the resources. Scotty, thanks.
My
Let's
pleasure.
move over to ST DuPont, which is a very well-known lighter manufacturer, and Davidoff distributes. We've got Anastasia, greetings. And
Alain Crevet, the CEO.
Alain Crevet, the CEO.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure, Alain. Would you like to give us a tour of some of your new products from ST DuPont?
With utmost pleasure. Okay, well,
Outstanding.
maybe we start with something really crazy.
By the way, you got to be thrilled because your team is going to be in the World Cup finals.
We are all crossing fingers and hoping that Sunday Croatia will be a tough cookie though.
They will be tough, no doubt about it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what you've got that's new and exciting from ST DuPont.
All right, so we have a long-lasting partnership. I mean, we have 2 incredible partners. First, James Bond. I mean, we've been working with the James Bond estate for a long time.
You sound like Bond. I've got to say, there's a
Oh,
similarity.
thank you.
The name is Bond, James Bond.
007. But this one, is really a challenge. We did that not long ago for the Spectre Lounge. And you have this first lighter with a bullet hole inside. And if you see that there's a gas tank,
Right.
all one piece, molded in metal, was not easy. It was really an interesting
I was going to
challenge.
say, and you've got the way the Spectre, the logo, the circular,
Yeah,
very
you
cool.
have the swirl,
I
which
like
we
that.
saw in the beginning.
Fantastic.
So we have this limited edition with pen, and under actually is a bullet hole. There is a secret compartment where you can put a cyanide pill or whatever.
Perfect.
Fine.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just in case.
And then if you go a little bit below, you will see we have another long-lasting partnership. The famous painter Pablo
Picasso, sure, right there.
He was a huge fan of Dupont. He was smoking all of the time. And he used to do, in his collection of lighter, he would design faces or drawings directly on the lighter.
Right.
So he did this, portrait of a woman in 1960. So we did about 1960 pieces for the world, and it's basically sold out. We are displaying and then we are doing for this year. We'll start for Christmas the Dove of Peace.
Right.
Because we thought it was a nice,
Yeah.
symbol to have.
I like the
world
white,
today.
black, very simple but elegant.
Exactly. White and a little bit of black with the Picasso signature. So, and always it comes with a mix of lighter, of famous Line 2 iconic lighter, and the pen, Line D pen. Everything handmade in France. That's our marque de fabrique, our specialty.
Right.
We make everything by hand in France. This one is quite cool too. If you look here, we did that with a Disney partnership, and that's a Darth Vader lightsaber levitating. So if you see, actually, there is nothing.
That is. I'm just looking at that. There is nothing under there. I
Floats
thought
in
there
the
was.
air.
That is amazing.
The only product which Bob Iger from Disney decided to take for his own office
Really.
was this one.
That's amazing. That is very, very. How does that work?
Well, it's a very strong magnet,
Really.
which makes the thing float in the air at about 10, 13 centimeters. And of course, that's a pen. the lightsaber. You can open it, and you have all of the other Disney partnerships we've been doing, like exceptional pieces. You have Captain America, Hulk.
I just see that right down here. Incredible. Very, very unique.
You have a Trojan horse with a lighter which goes inside. And these pieces are very unique. We make that with an artisan.
Really collector's edition type of
exactly.
materials. Let's go to your day-to-day type of DuPont lighters,
Sure.
because you have some over here, the Extreme that I know that you've had.
Here, okay, and that's, we have the entry price here, which is called the Maxi Jet, with very, very good cigar cutters. I mean, we've been winning a lot of awards, and it's very convenient. And then we have here Le Grand Dupont, which is really unique. We launched it last year. And that's what I'm using, personally. It's very, very convenient because you have a traditional, nice,
right,
fluffy double flame, and then if I just push it, it turns into a torch
very
flame
high tech.
and back to the soft flame. Voila. So we launched it, in this very nice Chinese lacquer sunburst. Now we are bringing the blue, beautiful, blue.
Love that blue.
version.
Deep hue of blue. I like that. Very sharp.
French blue, and then a whole sterling silver
And
finish.
these feel like these are not a flimsy lighter. I mean, it's got that special,
Yeah.
DuPont. When you flick it open, it's got that special sound. And this is very cool because you can do that, and then show me how you do it. You just press it.
Yeah, push it up.
Oh, push it up.
Yeah, very,
Oh, I
very
see.
simple, yeah.
Interesting. So there, and then
Push
just
it
push
up,
it up,
voila,
and then you
torch
see the
flame.
flame.
Voila.
And again, very solid, big tank, very, very nice.
So you have, entry price around $200, and this is more like around 1,000 to 1,500, depending on the finishes.
Right.
So that's our core range, which we are ready. All the best sellers are here.
Fantastic. And then let's take a look at your last case. Well, we've got some things. Here's more of the
We
007.
continue at the 007, because they wanted to do something in honor of Sean Connery.
The only James
the
Bond,
only
as far as
original
I'm
James
concerned.
Bond.
The name, I'm Sean Connery. Bond. James Bond. He's the only
so
Bond.
well.
He's the only. I'm Sean Connery for Citibank. I never leave home without my credit card and my
And my
ST
DuPont
DuPont lighter. He is the only, as far as I'm concerned, he was the only James Bond, period. Anything after that is an imitation.
I agree.
Totally.
I love Sean Connery.
And you just look at the guy, even as he's gotten older in years, he still retains that elegance, sophistication, and element of suave.
And he was using actually some DuPont lighters. And in The Man with the Golden Gun, when
Right.
the villain is building his pistol, it's made from DuPont pen and DuPont lighter. Which
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is amazing. But that is great. Just that,
Voilà.
that is a great, just that look with the gun. I mean, just classic James Bond.
Voilà. So you have the
Beautiful.
Spectre,
Got the
the last
pens.
movie, and then this one which is kind of vintage.
And let's take a
James
look
Bond.
over
And
here. So we move over. Love the finish on these fire
the
lines.
Traditional, bravo. That's the fire lines, and then you have the same under lacquer guilloche.
Right?
All handmade, 6 layers of lacquer, and the whole range is about $600 to $1,200 US dollar. And then we have a little baby which is hidden
You've got a
here.
fountain pen, which is still a very elegant way to write.
Yeah, absolutely. These are our line D pens. Comes in fountain pen and then roller and ballpoint.
And the nice thing is you don't have to worry about dipping the ink like the old days where it's messy. There's a
just a
cartridge.
cartridge.
Very easy.
Very easy to
And
do.
I've got one, but only for special occasions.
And
Very
here there are
elegant.
2 things we are launching for Christmas at the bottom shelf. This one, now we have the slim lighter. Slim
Boy, that is
7.
really slim.
Now what is really cool is it's an electronic lighter, okay? So you charge it with USB,
Really?
no gas, no flame, nothing, and then you can take it in any plane with you because you can remove this upper part here.
Love that.
Hop,
There's nothing
put
there.
that with your electronics, put it back. We can actually change it for $10. So when it's when it goes bad.
So if you
after-
lose it or whatever,
Yeah,
no problem. $10.
No problem, $10.
$10. And what's the
then-
retail on this?
€99, so that would be like $120.
$120.
See? And then you have a trigger, so even if it's open in your pocket, you never have, And
Look
then
at
if it's
that.
fully loaded, you have the little, LED.
LED blue light,
and then
right?
when you need to
So
charge,
show me how that works again. So basically,
voila, super
and that's the
simple.
flame right there?
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem you have is that this one is designed for cigarettes, cigarillos, etc.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And the next generation will also have
For
something-
cigars.
Exactly.
I got to get the next generation for cigars. Got to have the big
For
one for the
sure.
cigars. Very elegant.
The last one is interesting. We call it the wand. It will be launched for Christmas. It was our attempt, for candle lighter.
Right.
Because for example, as you
Sure.
know, we gentlemen love DuPont lighters, but the ladies don't
They
really
like
have-
candles.
So they like candles, and it's very convenient because it's very long. The trigger is on the upper part, so even with a big candle, you can really put and you can reverse it, and it's a torch flame, flat one. Comes with all of these nice finishes around. It will be the retail will be below $200.
Now you got to come out with a lighter like that to light a man's grill.
That could be also, yeah.
You could
yeah.
use it for a grill. Light your charcoal and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Beautiful, so less than $200.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Alain Crevette, the president of ST DuPont.
Real pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very
visiting
much.
us.
Enjoy, can't
And
wait.
you're
And
welcome.
again, love the 007. Great stuff.
Welcome anytime.
I'm going to come back and see it for sure. All right.
Bond.
The name is Bond. James Bond. I'm Sean Connery. The name is Bond. James Bond. Got to have it right. Very good. Alain, we appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you later. Let's take a walk over here because, as I said earlier, they're actually doing a spirits tasting with cigars. So let's go pop in. This is by invitation only, so we're special. Come on in. Let's take a look here. And let's get nice and close, and you can see everybody right now. So they're talking about what bourbon is. We already know, those of you that are listeners to the Cigar Dave show, you already know what bourbon is. Bourbon is a whiskey, has to be at least 51% corn, and it has to be aged in new charred oak barrels. Has to be in order to be called bourbon. And when we take a look at the various bourbons they have, some pretty good, they got Breckenridge over here, which we like. They've got some Jefferson, and they'll be pairing that with some cigars, and very, very nice. Very elegant, they're all taking a little taste. And this is what happens inside the manufacturer's areas. And this is the first time that Davidoff has done something like this. And as we take one swing back around, we'll come back out of here. And we will wrap it up here from Davidoff. And as we take a walk back over here, you can see we started over with the Davidoff 50th. We went over to a Camacho, their new products in the review. We went over to Avo and ST DuPont, and it gives you a really good idea of what is happening. And you can see all the orders being written. And all the cigars that we talked about today, you will start seeing in your retailers September, October. And remember, the limited edition cigars we talked about, the Camachos and the Avos, if you want them, and the Davidoffs, they're gone. They're already sold to the retailers. So when they get to your retailer, if you want them, buy them, because when they're gone, they are gone. We hope you enjoyed our in-booth coverage here. Continuing from the Cigar Retailers Convention, Davidoff of Geneva, Davidoff USA. Again, Davidoff 50th anniversary, Camacho, Avo, ST DuPont. There is the Davidoff Lounge. We will continue in the next hour with more coverage, exclusive video coverage from the 2018 Cigar Retailers Convention, Las Vegas, Nevada.